When you see a massive Sydney downpour just hammering down, what do you think is actually keeping your home safe and dry? You probably think it's the tiles, right? Or maybe the metal sheets on the roof. Well, it's easy to think that, but the real hero here is a hidden system, and it's doing all the heavy lifting. Let's get into it. So let me just ask you straight up, what do you think is the single most important part of your roof? Is it the material it's made of? The color? The angle? Just give it a second's thought.
All right, got your answer? Well, the real answer is probably the part you never ever look at. It's this hidden network that works quietly, totally out of sight, and when it fails, oh boy, it fails in a very big way.
What we're talking about is your home's unsung hero. It's roof plumbing. It is the critical system that's truly defending your home from the elements, especially here in a city like Sydney where the weather can just turn on a dime. So what is roof plumbing, really? At its core, it's all about managing water. Simple as that. You've got the gutters to catch the rain, the downpipes to funnel it down, and then this thing called flashing that seals up all the gaps. The entire job of this system is to get water away from your house safely. And when it's working right, you completely forget it's even there. But when it's not, that's when things get pretty serious. Neglecting this system is basically like leaving the front door open and inviting water to just come on in and attack your home. And the damage? It can get really expensive before you even realize you've got a problem. Let's look at those early warning signs. It almost always starts small. A little damp patch on the ceiling that won't go away. A bit of mold growing in a corner. Maybe you even spot some rotting timber. These aren't just little annoyances to paint over. They're your first clues that water is getting into places it absolutely shouldn't be. And what happens if you ignore those signs? Well, this is where a small water issue snowballs into a catastrophe. See, that water has to go somewhere. So it starts pooling around your foundation, washing away the soil, and before you know it, cracks start showing up in your walls. It can even cause your entire house to settle unevenly. We're talking major, major structural drama. So, who are the usual suspects? What are the common villains causing all this chaos, especially for us here in Sydney? Let's break down the top offenders that you really need to be watching out for. Okay, let's look at the main culprits. Blocked gutters are probably number one. All that leaf and gunk buildup causes water to just spill over the sides, damaging your walls. Then you've got damaged flashing. Think of it like a broken seal. It creates a direct highway for water to leak right in. Box gutters are particularly sneaky because they're often hidden. They can rust from the inside out, and suddenly you've got a leak right over your head. And finally, if your main stormwater drainage fails, all that water just sits there, pooling right at the base of your house. And of course, not every part of Sydney faces the same battles. If you're out in Penrith, you're dealing with those really heavy downpours and soil that moves around, which makes a solid stormwater system non-negotiable. But head over to the Hills District, and it's a different story. The constant leaf fall from all those beautiful trees means your gutters are under constant siege, which just means way more maintenance. One size definitely does not fit all. Okay, I know that was all a bit doom and gloom, but here's the good news, and it's really good news. The solution is incredibly straightforward. Prevention. Seriously, just being proactive is the single best way to dodge all those headaches we just talked about. So, what does a proper maintenance check actually look like? It's really just a simple 4-step process. First, you gotta clean everything out. Get rid of all that debris. Second, inspect all the flashing and seals for any signs of wear. Third, you test it. Make sure water is actually flowing where it's supposed to. And finally, you identify any early signs of rust or damage. The whole point is just to catch tiny problems before they turn into huge disasters. And putting this game plan into action, well, it has some seriously good payoffs that go way beyond just keeping your house dry. So what are the results of staying on top of it? The biggest one, by far, is just having fewer of those awful, unexpected repair bills. That's huge. You're also going to extend the life of your entire roof, you'll protect your home's value, and maybe this is the most important one. You just get that peace of mind when you hear the rain start pouring down. A little bit of attention really does go a very long way. And one last quick but super important note. The rules. Proper roof plumbing isn't just about what works. It's about what's compliant. Any work done has to meet the National Construction Code and Australian standards. That's what ensures it's safe, effective, and it saves you from a world of trouble down the line. So, we'll leave you with this thought. Your roof might be what you see every day, but it's that hidden plumbing that does the real work. And when it comes to water damage, a little bit of prevention now is always, always better than a massive bill later, every single time. The real question is your system ready for that next big Sydney storm?